This video is sponsored by Paradox Interactive. Give the link in the description a click to check out this new DLC and all the features and get yourself a special price. Hey guys, how's it going? The next expansion is Thunder Out Our Gates. Indonesia, Australia, and Siam get focus trees. Oh, look at this. Categories now. So many focus trees, they have categories. Let's hop in. This is pretty much the old format of Feedback Gaming, the every single click videos, where I show you 99.9% of all clicks playing a game of Hearts of Iron 4. We'll be focusing a little bit more on the new mechanics. HQs, maybe captains, special forces rework, and I guess the focus tree. Let's play Siam or Thailand, depending on what path you go. Get the divisions, assign them to an army, and there's a HQ. You need a general to assign a HQ. Anyway, we'll come back to that. So, min-maxing, is that going to be a thing? Oh, well, mostly. I'm going to be fun-maxing, meaning I'm going to pick in the options that give the most enjoyment, but plus also a little bit of min-maxing as well. A little bit of mix of both. If I select a decision that isn't a super min-max meta, it's because I wanted to have the most fun. So don't think about it too much. I'm trying to have the most fun, while also probably get the most out of the game. The path we're going to go down is going to be the Midnight Meeting, which is the Monarchist path. It's good because it allows you to forge a king, which is a really fun path where you can modify your king's stats to get, well, the most out of him. The historical path, I believe, is this one, which is your fascist path. The most fun thing to do is Thailand, though, or Siam, depending on what path you go down, is you have the ability to recover all these lost territories. So early wars, and they are classed as limited wars, meaning if you achieve your objectives, you take the land and then you peace out. So it's kind of like a white peace war. Anyway, let's start out. Let's get ourselves some industry. This part of the focus tree is so good. Army of Siam, you get these awesome bonuses, which is sweet. But then you also got the option to select between big bonuses early on, mills, but only lasts for 180 days. This option, which gives you some decent bonuses, but a little bit in between, leading towards prepare for the long war, which doesn't give you any factories, but gives you juicy bonuses. Which is, that one there is kind of the equivalent of a one dispersed industry for the rest of the game. So that's pretty sweet. However, I'm greedy and I want everything right now. So I'm going to go for those 3 mills right off the bat. Point 4, you got to do your notifications at the top. So we're just going to go for industry. Machine tools, construction. I'm hitting enter on my keyboard to hit research immediately. That way I don't have to move my mouse over. Minimize mouse movements. Point 4, you build in the area where you've got the most building slots because that's the most cost effective. In this case, we're just going to build in our capital, which is the Bangkok state. That's going to build ourselves loads of infrastructure to max it out and then build tall with the mills. Gonna go for the extra guns. So assign the Mayo bonuses. And there you go. Gonna select our army and press V for area defense and click on the capital to move them over to there. We've also got some naval dockyards. We'll pop them here. Gonna be real with you. Naval dockyards are gonna come in common because you are gonna get quite a lot of lend lease options. So there is a strategy where you go heavy on the convoys. Am I gonna do that? Not today. Oh, we have an extra division. Send him over as well. Assign him. A general? A general. There we go. Once we've got the command power of 7, we can make ourselves a HQ. It's nice that command power have more uses now. We also have extra planes, so we're going to exercise those to level 3. Have some ships too, but we have no oil. I don't think so. Trade? No oil. So that's not going to be a good idea to exercise them. All right, 5 speed, max out. Off we go. One issue you have with Thailand is you have quite a lot of rubber. That's your big resource. Unfortunately, you don't have a lot of steel. In fact, you have 0 steel. And the only way to get steel is with the right side of the industry focus tree. Where is it? Is it the war materials? Is this it? No. Type steel here. Steelio? Steel? No. Adds 8 steel into random core states when going to war. That's really cool. But unfortunately, you're going to get to choose where the steel is, so it's difficult to build that tall. It's kind of a consolidation. You don't really have steel inside of Thailand. But at least it gives you access to some steel. Alternative, you can go down the left path, which is lots of factory-based stuff. To be fair with you, that's not the path we're going to be doing, though. Let's go for the plan, the short term, getting the extra 3 mills early game. That's big. I think we'll import just a little bit of steel from the Soviets, because that doesn't require convoys. This allows to get the maximum production of guns and also the maximum production efficiency. Boom. Extra 3 mills. We're behind on steel, but we're not going to import any more, because, well, I think that penalty is just minor and we'll be able to put up with it. Anyway, next up, scroll over to here. Let's do the industry pass. 7-day focus. Paradox, you are spoiling us. That's right, you took a breath and now your 7 days is up. All right, the path we're going to go for first all is war fervor. It gives ticking war support, which is really good because that means for the rest of the game, you're going to gain war support. However, if it gets too high, it can cause a civil war. So just FYI, keep an eye on that. Consolidate the left wing. And we also have the option to activate the civilian technocrats. Next focus. Off we go. This advisor is very spicy. 10 war support and 2 recruitable pop and defense on core territory. Paradox, you are spoiling us. Let's do concentrate industry, actually. Feel a bit something opposite today. Something a bit different. Let's get that manpower first, and then we'll go from there. There you go. Minister of Defense. Oh, and he shifts to the top. Oh, I'm not a big fan of that. Oh, almost clicked the wrong one then. Construction 1, followed by Construction 2. Okay, we're going to train some divisions now. We're going to slow them, trickle them into my army. So we deploy them here, automatically deploy to the main army, and then we're pumping out enough guns. So we just click here, and then we can train more as we build more war fervor. So this does 2 things. It gives war support up to 95%, but it will fire a civil war. You got a decision to reduce your war support by 15% by urgent restraint, and you will gain ticking war support for the rest of the game. And also, if you go to war, you for 90 days, you get a 10% attack bonus and 10% breakthrough bonus. Once again, this focus tree is amazing. And to be fair with you, I kind of wanted to go Australia because that Australia would be a more fun focus tree because I don't know, maybe there's more fun in Australia. I don't know, maybe more hype on Australia. I don't know, but this focus tree is just so good. Anyway, let's get a HQ. Create a HQ. And it's going to make the HQ now. And then there's the HQ. You see it? This one here. What does it look like? So if you go into here, Army HQ, and you can actually see the template for the HQ. So it's 2 battalions of infantry. So it's technically a battalion, division. And plus it also has the HQ staff, which gives 20% extra leader skill bonuses plus 20%. You know what? I'm not sure what that means. Modifies the bonuses from leaders' skills granted to the commanded units. Does that mean that these are doing more? Or is it the traits? Do you know what? I'm not sure. All right, war fervor. We're going to have ticking war support now. Let's do the People's Day. And the reason we're doing the People's Day is because our civilian wing is currently rebellious, and this will make them happy. If you look here, you can either make them upset, which they're very upset, or make these guys happy. Happy. You get the idea. Anyway, this gives stability. You need stability. Right now, our stability is very low. Trade into the division because we're pumping out so many guns. However, stability is very, very low, which is really hurting our ability to pump out guns. We have a big penalty to gun production. If you hover over here, you can see your lack of resources and stability. So we're going to click all the focuses to get the stability up. And there's quite a few. Got civil nationalism. We also have the King of the White Elephant, which reduces war support. So we don't want to do that one right now. You know what? Actually, no, we do, because we're going to get that war support back anyway. Yin yang. 1 minute it's up, 1 minute it's down. Back and forth. Start making some artillery. This will be important because there's a new kind of equipment you can add to the game now, because they have remade the division designer. You can add on infantry guns. They only require 4 artillery, but they give a massive chunk of 7.5 soft attack. And you can add each of these to one of the rows, one by one. So an additional 22 soft attack on your infantry. That's very good. Our next focus is going to balance out stability. Some more. We're going to go working conditions for more stability. And then we're going to go, and top it off as well, go for more stability, which is the popular figurehead. More stability, then more stability. And we're at 50% now. Civil nationalism. More stability. So I think the idea between Siam is they've just had a military coup and the country's just basically falling apart. Not much belief in government, not much belief in industry, not much belief in anything. So you need to give that belief back. Your objective in Hearts of Iron 4 is to give the Taiwanese people belief. Does anyone know in the history behind why they named their country, renamed it? Does anyone know? I don't. Anyway, we're going to go for direct the funds for the military towards development. It's so big, this, it doesn't fit in the box. I like that. More building slots. You can build 7 additional buildings in your capital, so that gets you much bang for your buck for the infrastructure. Right, we have war support now. We're doing well with that. So we have the ability. We could do war economy, actually. We'll come back to that later. Anyway, we're working towards the midnight meeting. Research, construction's done. Going for machine tools, extra factory output. All right, the midnight meeting. And that gives us access to potentially more war support. Because if we get 50% on fascists, we can go for war economy. However, 50 is quite far away. Might have to just go for partial mode. But yeah, that's good. Oh, we've got industry now. So the midnight meeting gives full fascist control, and you become a fascist country, and you've got an elephant on your flag, which is kind of sweet. And it also gives the option to progress down this focus tree, which gives the option to cause a civil war to get the king back. But we need to go for this focus immediately, because this will give us access to an advisor, which gives ticking non-aligned support, which is technically monarchist support. Why do they still call it non-aligned? Probably should give it a better name, right? All right, in the meantime, We can go for the King's Gambit, but we need to have 50% support for the Royalists. Do we want the guns or the 3 Rangers? I think we'll do the Rangers. Right, we're pumping out some serious guns now. I'm really happy about that. Importing that little bit of steel early game was definitely a good idea. Industry. Is it time? Yeah. Be aware, this part of the focus tree right here is based on Japan attacking you, and you can't unlock this focus tree until you've had Japan attack you. Also, be aware that this part of the focus tree, the naval path, also has some civilian bonuses as well. So industry is all over this focus tree. Gives you such an incentive to go down the part of the focus tree you wouldn't normally do, because I'm not going to be focused on Navy, but hey, it's nice to have the ability to do some Navy, you know? Is it time for some radio? Yep, we need radio. That reinforce rate makes a big difference early game, so we need to get on top of that now. The Asian Financial Impact. Compact. And once again, loads of war support and military. And war support is actually from the factions. I think what's not very clear about these focuses is it needs to separate the immediate bonuses from the ones that are faction related. I don't think that's very clear. Actually, it was a mistake by making my way up to partial mobilization, because we're about to get enough war support anyway. That's 150 political power that I will never get back. Anyway, work on those guns. Can you see this? This gives a bonus to... Actually, no, it doesn't. Oh, it doesn't actually. The first one doesn't. But it unlocks heavy machine gun companies, which is also a new battalion, regimental battalion, command, support. All of those. Right, boom. To civies for what, a 35-day focus? Oh, you know I'm going to click that. And also we need to go for now. Minister of the Exterior, Interior. It's the one that gives bonus to non-aligned. There we go. The Privy Council President. The President? I've just hired the President. A little look at the bonus. Sorry, not the bonus. The penalty. It's 14% for lack of resources. Okay, redirected military funds. Was that the last focus I did? Redirected military funds? So once again, if you want to think internal and just focus on Little Siam, it's the right path, which is this one. If you want to think more externally and, I don't know, reach out to the world, it's the left path. I'll be fair with you. I'm going to spoil it for you. The left path is the better path. But once again, if you want to think more isolationist, you want to go for the right path. If you want to think about connecting to the world, you want to go for the left path. Is it really that complicated? No, it's not. So this path here allows you to get an additional 2 civilian factories and also extra factory output. It is a 70-day focus, though. Alternatively, I can get an extra mills on the right path. We'll do that one. The Bank of Siam. Extra factories in the capital, an extra 9. You can build the capital so tall for Siam and Thailand. You notice I'm using Thailand and Siam interchangeably. It's like I don't know what they are. Exactly. I don't know what I'm doing here. What am I doing here? Why are you here? Why are you watching this? So you have the ability here to reach out to different factions in the country to gain support. There's a little cheeky little exploit with this. If you get to 35% support here, what you can do is click 3 of these and then it pushes you to 50%. Because what happens is gain ideology when you don't have a lot of support is quicker than when you have more support. That's why going from 45 to 50 is harder than going from, I don't know, 0 to 5. Anyway, war economy. Wasted potential, but wherever. We're here. What we're going to go for? Do we want the stats or do we want numbers? I think we'll go for a bit of both. So initially go for the factory output, but then also go for the stats. Otherwise, we could select this one. We lose some soft attack. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I think that's a good best of both. It plays for the future. Build a bit of everything. Okay, this gives additional soft attack for infantry guns, so that's good. Bank of Siam, and then we go for the right focus, which is the Siamese Development Cooperative, which you get to either side with Japan or you get to side with Britain. Siding with Britain gives you civilian stuff. Siding with Japan gains military stuff. There's a pattern forming. Here you go. Side with the Japanese, gain 2 extra mills. And then we're going to go for the National Savings Bond, giving a massive, eye-watering 20% construction if you're on Disarmed Nation. It's pretty cool, right? Now you have an additional reason to go down to Disarmed Nation. I think that's really cool. I don't know, it just changes the playstyle. It turns it on its head. I just think that's really, really, really cool. Okay, what's the penalty for production? 30%. Reaching that point where I want to import a little bit more steel. So from 1 to 2. Also, another issue has cropped up. We have run out of coal, which is quite bad. If you hover over, you see the penalty for coal. You are losing 3% to civilian output, 6% to military output. So if you look over here, you can see the penalty for construction is 3%, which is not that bad. The way it works is if you're a small nation, the scaling is quite small, so it doesn't affect you that much. But the bigger you get, the more factories you have overall, the more impact it will have. We're at 32% here. So I think it's about time now to start getting support from the factions because we could fire a civil war. Gonna be honest with you guys, this civil war you're about to enter right now is not a good one. I'll be fair with you, it's one of the worst ones. You're about to see why, but I won't spoil. Let's go for guns 1. National savings bonds. Next up, we'll go for deficit spending, which gives a massive 35% construction bonus for 18 months. That's insane, isn't it? It's important to get down here because there's some bonuses you can't take advantage of until later on, so I'd recommend completing them now. Be fair with you, with this campaign, guys, we're not really going to do much until 1940 anyway, so you've got another 2 years to sit and chill. Now, you can rush France and Britain, and I have tried to do that once before, and it was okay. It was all right. Once again, you're usually not prepared, but with the little strategy at the start of the game by importing steel, it makes quite a big difference, which you will soon see. More artillery. What's the penalty? The penalty for guns is 12%. I can put up with that, but it's just the 10% because of lack of steel, lack of coal. Something to think about. Okay, let's set up a train and let's set up a truck. Anything else? No, that's good for now. Deficit spending. Okay, railways and port extensions. I don't care for this one, but I'm going to have to click it because I want this one. Next up, we're going to go for the army fence guy, get some ticking army XP. Not that essential, but still worthwhile. Okay, time to get the bonuses because we're at 35% now, so we can go side with the absolutionists, the industrialists, and the rural people. Of course, you can't side with the constitutionalists and the absolutionists, and the navy click is a bit of a weird one too because you need to go for this focus, which is this one, which I don't want that. I don't want that. Nope. Not what I want. This next focus is pretty good. You just need to boost relations with a bunch of countries, and it will give you access to 4 civilian factories. Dutch, Indies, Japan, Malaya, and UK. So let me just read that again. Japan. I'll do these one by one. It's not confusing that way. Next one. Next one is Indies and Malaya. Indies and Malaya. More guns. Exploit time. Let's change everything here to a single horse, which we will use later on, but I will take advantage of an exploit that's about to come up. The Civil War is very spicy, and I would not recommend it heading into it if you're not prepared. Get rid of that for now. Maybe get rid of that soonish. There you go. See, it's changed from gain relations to +1 off-map civilian factory. Meaning you've got the relations now, so you don't need to boost the relations anymore. Because you are losing political power when you do that, so I wouldn't recommend it. There needs to be more things in Hoi 4 where you need to improve relations. Because otherwise, there's just not much point taking part of it. But this is pretty cool, so I'm not going to complain. Can you hear me complaining? I'm not complaining. There you go, chemical imports. All right, Civil War time. The King's Gambit. All right, exploit time. What we're going to do is change everything to horse. You get rid of those. Focus on some more concentrated industry. Stacking construction is not that worthwhile because you've already got quite a lot of construction bonuses. Anti-air bonuses are worthwhile for the future. Stack that up for artillery as well. Good idea. We need to focus on AA as well. Start doing that now. 37,000 guns. Wow, okay. You know what? Getting that import and that little bit of steel at the start of the game has made a massive difference. Definitely worth it, guys. If I could do it again, I'd do it again. All right, King's Gambit. Boom. Now, grab all your divisions. All of them. I said all of them. Convert to infantry. The proper infantry. Do we have enough guns for this? I think we do. I think we need to split this into 2 armies, which we will. Then we do a field marshal. Don't know who we're going to do. He'll do. We'll do the HQ. Don't attack. It's tempting to attack, but don't attack. There you go. All right. In the meantime, we can focus on a bit more on industry. Yeah, we can do mechanized agriculture. Get everyone into position. No one here, so I'm just going to walk here. There you go. That's fine. Oh, there's actually no one in Bangkok. Oh god, this is perfect. Oh no, there is one now in Bangkok. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's all right. Okay, they're going to attack me now, but I'm going to reinforce and wait for the reinforcements to come in. And then eventually these low strength divisions will get reinforced with manpower and equipment and then be ready. Remember, their divisions are very, very, very poor at the moment. I just need to wait for my strength to get up and then I'll be able to counterattack. Once again, it's just a matter of waiting for the reinforce rate to go up. We're going to need a few more trucks. I'm just going to assign more mills to that. All the mills are in Bangkok, by the way. That's why we can't see them. So don't worry about that. So this is the HQs. And you can see here they're projecting power to the divisions behind the front line. And you can change how they project power by how close they are to the front line. So if you want to, you can actually have them on the front line. So battle-hardened HQs giving the maximum bonus. But the further away you are front line, the bigger the penalties you experience. However, if you do lose a HQ, you lose the general himself, because that's where the general sits. That's the general's house. That's his home. All right, guns. Yeah, we'll focus on industry a little bit. I think the problem is low supply here. They're not reinforcing. Let's try and attack here, but be a little bit cautious. Oh my god, we can take Bangkok as well. Okay, it's just that easy. All right, never mind. The war's over now. So one of the issues with this civil war is you start off with bad supply. I've got Bangkok now, so it's all good. So what sometimes you have to do is withdraw all the way to here to make encirclements. The version that you play on release might actually have some supply here, so that might not be an issue anymore. But just FYI, I'm letting you guys know. All right, I'm giving you the heads up. Resume building in capital region. And again, that research slot. Actually, no, we don't want the research. So we're going to progress down the monarchist path. You can't do this path until you've done the civil war, but this path you will be able to proceed with. You're selecting a regent. Infantry expert. Very good. At the moment, we can wait for everyone to reinforce because we've got supply now. And we're going to get planning bonus. Got the equipment. Yeah, we got everything. Going to go for the left regent because it gives an extra recruitable pop here on the left. He's not the best guy, though, I'll admit. The other guys are better. These guys have got penalties. This is the construction guy. This is the balanced army guy. Yeah, that's the guy you want. Whoosh. Oh, that 10% attack bonus was applied in this civil war. That's interesting. So we didn't get to use it against the allies or anything. We used it in this war, which I'm okay with. Whatever. Working conditions. Do we need that? Nah. All right, that's pretty much it. Congrats, you did it. Oh, I believed in you. I knew you could do it. Pop. All right, another 8 divisions maybe. I realized too that we could have had artillery on, but it might have taken too long to reinforce. But just FYI for future. We'll work on that when we start modifying our divisions in a little while. So just chill for the time being. We'll get there. I just need you to wait and be calm and relax. Can you do that for me? I knew you could. All right, we are going to do some working conditions. Oh, it's always good to have a bit more stability. You can't beat stability. Stability is so good. So you can see here, look. Volunteer only gives a 10% construction bonus. 5% for limited. And disarmed, can you see that? It's right at the top. 20% construction bonus. It's quite cute, isn't it? Yeah? Don't act like you're not impressed. There's a guy here that gives extra recruitable. I think it's this guy. The restored politician. Not sure if there's another one. No, I think that's the guy. An extra 15% extra recruitable is very, very, very good. Once again, more manpower. Sacred hierarchy. Deploy the divisions. Then we have 2 full armies. Separate them and divide them up. We need 1,000 trucks. And the reason we need 1,000 is it's for one of the focuses. So we could get these trucks from, yeah, an extra 250. Which means we're almost at 1,000 anyway. That's good. Steel. I think we're going to import a little bit more again. Slowly increasing our stocks. Construction. We rush more concentrated? No, we'll do machine tools. Doctrine time. I feel this urge to go for superior firepower just to do something a little bit different. I can see it gives an extra 5% self-attack for regional support companies. But then I also like the reinforce rate. I like everything. What can I say? I'm a bit of a liker of everything. Absolute monarchy. This means you lose all your stability. But get this. You gain a bonus with ticking stability. You lose it all to gain it all back again. Which makes me realize that going for working conditions is kind of a waste of time. I did that twice. Hey, listen. As you go, you learn as you go, right? We're learning as we click. Every single click, we get a little, every single time, a little bit smarter. Let's get some machine guns down. All right, let's go for the division that we want. So 3 more battalions, and then later on, we'll add on the infantry guns. Do this one first. That way, we don't lose any precious artillery. Absolute monarchy. Absolutely ready to attack the allies. Okay, we're going to restore order now and forge a king, which allows you to build a king, which is so fun. Never mind build a bear. How about build a king? Okay, the lack of fuel now is really hurting us. So if we hover over here, we can see the penalty for our civilian production now is 47%. It really hurts our construction. Construction is hurting so bad. Yeah. So we're going to have to import that. Alternatively, we could reduce energy output from factories with the electronics concern. I just don't think that's going to help us now. No, we'll do that later, but not now. Also, we need to make the Civil War happy. We need to build a few civilian factories. We need to build 2. So we'll do that. 1, 2. We'll build it just after this mill finishes. It's one of the requirements after the Civil War that you fulfill their requirements. One of the requirements is to do absolute monarchy, which we've done. The other requirement is do this focus, this one, but you need 1,000 trucks. That's why we're working on the trucks. And the third one is to build 2 civs, which we are going to do that. Just 2 civs, just the 2. To forge a king. When the king is 13, he'll be able to take power. He's currently 12 on the 20th of September this year. Oh, which is his birthday is today. Happy birthday. And now we can make him a king. Oh, no, that's when he's 15 and he's currently 14. So this time next year, he'll be able to become king. Okay. All right, let's make the division we want. So we're going to add on infantry guns and the 4. And then we'll add on support artillery and support AA2. Which, what difference does that make, actually? How much soft attack did we gain? We gained 59 soft attack. We're almost doubling the soft attack of the division. The infantry guns are so good. To forge a king. So this is how you build a king. There are hidden bonuses here that I will let you know about. So first of all, 3 research will gain you an extra research slot. 3 attack will gain you division organization bonus. Supply consumption makes you build support. Supply, what are they called? Supply hubs quicker. And the last one I can't remember. But anyway, we're going to go for the attack. 15% attack is massive. Nice. It's huge. It's a massive bonus. So we can't say no to that. All right, let's get prepared for a war that's coming. Spoiler, there's going to be a war. Sorry. Let's do the mechanization of the trucks too. We've got 1,000 trucks. Make the farmers happy. Forge a king. We're going to go for attack again. Double attack damage. And finally, to forge a king, gaining additional attack plus army organization regain. So if you gain 3 of the bonus, you get like an extra special, which is the army org bonus, which is quite nice. All right, that's 2 of the 3 done. The third one is to do the industrialization reforms. We need to build the additional civilian factories, and we're really close to that. Yeah, 1 and then another one. They have to be built, by the way. They can't just be, you can't gain them through focuses. That would be cheating. There's 2 focuses here that gain 4 civilian factories, so I can't say no to that. The deal is you need a lot of civilian factories as Siam because you need to import a lot. Because unfortunately, you just don't have steel, and steel's like your bread and butter of all the resources in Hoi 4. Public credit, so an additional 4 civilian factories with a penalty to your consumer goods. Trust me, it's worth it. All right, don't forget motorized priority, and supply is now fixed. Actually, no, it's not. Wow, no, it's not. Spread them out some more. There we go. Need trains. The train requirement jumps up and down based upon the time of year, because if it's monsoon season, these regions are very hot, so they need more supply. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. There you go. And that's it. All the requirements for the Civil War have been given now. And there you go. We're good. Building the south. Is it the south? No, it's the west. It's got a bit of extra rubber. We started building this, so we might as well finish it, right? I always wonder what's better, whether we build infrastructure and gain the extra rubber, and that could be better sold on the market, or just build the civilian factories. I don't know. I'm a big fan of irregulars. Why? Because that 2% recruitable. There are other sub-doctrines that are bad, but the 2% recruitable is just very good. Okay, we're going to click the magic button now to make trains appear out of nowhere. So I'm going to press that. Public credit. Oh, industry is on fire now. We can build infrastructure as well. Yeah, why not? We are now ready for war. Pan-Thaiism. We got the option to recover these old territories, and we can do these in some kind of really funky wars, which I'm going to show you, and you're going to be so impressed, actually, because these wars work in so weird different ways. I just think they're so fun. And this focus tree is fantastic. I wish every focus tree was like this in Hoi 4 going forward. It's so good. Artillery enthusiast plus an infantry expert. We're stacking those attacks. Anyway, next guy is going to be here on this front line. And then the other guy is going to be... I think what we're going to do is just a weird front line like this. That's what we're going to do. Dutch East Indies would like to ask for base access. Why not? 12,000 guns, upgrade to the new ones, and reshuffle the production around. Fortunately, the steel requirement shoots up massively due to the new guns. It's one of the downsides of upgrading new guns. Pan-Thaiism. What do we recover first? Oh, it's going to be Vichy France, actually. I've changed my mind now. We were going to go for Britain, but I'm actually going to go for return the lost territories of Vichy France. And then we're going to make a front line here. And then what we're going to do now is build planning bonus while we're on that front line. Spotted I made a mistake. That's right. I don't actually want that one. That's the one where I asked for it back. I don't want to do that. I actually want to force it back with a limited war. It is time. All right. Spread the boys out. Railroad them. Limited war with Vichy France. Recovery. Off you go. Be aggressive. Going to be more aggressive, actually. I'm going to select divisions and tell them to go into places. All the ports, basically. If you grab the ports, then the French aren't coming back. Being this is Vichy France, too, there probably aren't that many divisions. No, not really. No. And this is going to be a bloodless conquest. We're going to have a single shot fired. Oh, yeah, there we go. First one. And the last one. Done. Victory. Boom. And that causes a white piece, meaning we are back to where we started. Now we can do the same with Britain. Recover the lost territories. Actually, yeah. One army here. And another army. Now, there's 2 wars with this one. There's one against Britain for just this tiny piece of land here, which we'll do with this one first. United Kingdom. And push. We do a new administrative territories, which gives a bunch of factory bonuses for Indochina. And then we push Britain out. And victory. And reset. Remember, it's a limited war, so they go back. Lend-Lease, I'll accept that. I don't know if that Lend-Lease will continue. But you know what we'll do is train a bunch of divisions. Everyone back into position. And limited war with Malaya. This should be straightforward. If you chain these together back from back in a row, you should do maximum damage because you're encircling the north and the south. Realize too that we desperately need a research slot. There's a few options, so we'll do another one now. Develop these regions. Give us free factories. Plus we get the option for guns. Well, machine tools ahead of time. Do we want to do that one now though? Probably not. I think we need to focus on logistics here. So we're just going to fix our trucks and start building some support equipment. Capture Singapore. I want to inflict as much damage as possible, so I'm going to let this sit on screen for a little while, and maybe we can encircle some British divisions. Yeah, there we go. Push into Singapore. Victory. All right, you guys go here. Actually, you know what? We'll make a field marshal front line to assign most of the divisions here, and then we'll have a smaller front line to the south with 10 divisions for this front line. Now, getting compliance up is a big deal, so we need to do civilian oversight and cavalry. And we need to prioritize garrisons. Compliance is important because that's how we core this territory. All right, we're going to do the public credit repayment, which just means that consumer goods go up astronomically for 270 days, but we get all the payments out of the way, and then we overall have more consumer goods in the long run. All right, let's do the big one. Limited war against Burma. Aggressive, everyone. Whoosh. Now, this one's big because you have to get over this river. If you don't get over this river, I'm going to be honest with you guys, this one becomes an absolute nightmare. So get over that river as quickly as possible, and you should be fine. Research slot, and there's another one. Where's the research slot? Now we can branch out into not only guns, but also equipment, also industry, a little bit of everything. Oh, that's such an easy victory. Easy win. All right, now you can sit back and chill for a little bit. I made that look easy, but I'll be fair with you. There's been many times in this north with low supply, I got stuck. So, FYI, just let you know. Push that area quick, otherwise you'll have problems. This can alleviate that problem because it adds a few supply depots in the north, which can help you out. To be fair with you, that's probably going to be the next path I go for. Okay, we're going to go for logistics companies. Now, this is big because this adds a new support company on to HQs, which allows you to reduce supply by 5, and also increase army size by +2. We can train another 4 divisions, I guess. Okay, we're not importing anymore, so get rid of that. Few supply depots aren't connected here. Just connect those up. Let's modify our HQ. So we're going to change from battalions of infantry to motorized. Make them big too. Nothing else to add on. This is for Navy. This is for Air Force. This is for Special Forces. None of which what we're paying that much attention to, so we don't care. Okay, we need guns. We need to import the steel to keep the guns being produced. The secret police, the royal police are pretty good because it reduces resistance by 5%. Very good. Resistance is getting quite high, but I'm trying to get the compliance up, so it's a bit of both, really. Civilian government is something that gets a lot of resistance early on, so... But I need that compliance, so what can I say? Royal police. Now it's time to do the supply in the north. Where is it? There you go. Also, I need to ascend the throne, too. I need the king on the throne, too. I've not got my full attack bonus. Also, these aren't connected up with a railway, so I'm going to have to do that now. So go railway... the south, and there we go. Okay, more supply depots. Ascend the throne. Here we go. Big attack bonus for the king. The Empire of Japan demands the occupation of Tonkin. Now we're going to say yes, but we don't really want to say yes. Here we go. Tonkin's here. I'm going to make a fallback line here. Send everyone up. We hand the territory over, and then we immediately start a war for it. A limited war. And then we immediately push in to take it back. Cheeky, right? Victory. And it's ours again. Very cheeky. Also, America's wanted to send us land lease, but unfortunately, we do not have 1,037 convoys. Yeah. Do you think we just made a money, huh? Logistics. Okay. Some other HQs available. So we've got the one here that gives extra experience gain, chance to get sick, reduced, which is pretty cool. This one gives extra planning, only 3%. It's very small. Maintenance gives attrition reduction plus capture chance. MP gives speed, which, speed's pretty good. Recon gives extra terrain trait gain. Engineer gives invasion defense. Okay, there's really nothing that applies to it. Maybe hospitals? Maybe. Anyway, no, it doesn't matter. Logistics, add that on. And on the HQs too, we add that on. Ascend the throne! And we've got a big attack bonus now, so we can hit really hard. I think it's time. 45 to attack into Guangxi clique. 10 days to attack into China. Ooh, wow, look at all the communism, fascism in China. Like real life. Tricky front lines here. I'm going to go here, and then go here. And there's also a very tiny front line here as well. Press tab, you can cycle through the front lines. Everyone's in position. Yep. These aren't connected by railroad, so we'll connect those up now. And declare war on China. Now, are they guaranteed by anyone? No. Will put me at war with anyone else other than the warlords? No. We can attack the warlords now. Good. Now, what I want to aim for is the steel in the south of China here. See these? If I can get these off of, stop them from going to Japan, then that will be useful. Wow, we're getting a lot of ground here by just sliding across the south. Gonna go for this civilian bonus, give the civ factories. Pushing into the warlords here. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, I planned this so well. Yeah, this is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. Do some war bonds. I'm not going to change my manpower because I like the construction bonus. Realize that some of the railways aren't connected, so I'm just going to connect those. Maximum supply. Supply here is a nightmare, though. I really need this capital here. I don't think we're going to make any more ground here. No. Unless we build a supply depot of our own, which is just something you just don't really want to do. What other options have you got, really? Just going to sit and chill on the front line for a minute, gain a planning bonus, and then go from there. Japan demands our shores. We are going to submit, which is basically the historical path, which unlocks the far right part of the focus tree, which is this one. And there is an option to break away, and then there's also an option to, I guess, double down on your commitment to Japan, I guess. Yes, this is the commit path. This is the break free path. So you have 35% support from this faction. Siam will leave the current faction and switch sides in the war, leaving the allies. Royalists will rise up against the change and sparking a civil war. Oh, that's going to be a messy civil war. But you know what? A really nice way of ending the video, right? We've got the option to build a fastest supply depot here, so I'm going to take it. 300% construction bonus, which just means it becomes 3 times cheaper. Yeah. Logistics wizard makes life easier. Yeah, let's do the rebellion path. I'm actually curious about this one. I'm basically going to commit to Japan, help out Japan as much as I can, and then just see where we go from there. I think this is going to be fun. I've not tried this path before. Okay, we've got HQs now. Field hospitals for the HQ, so we can go for that. Leader XP gain. And the infantry are doing a good job of holding ground. I didn't think there'd be this many. Supply is the enemy. Supply depot built in record time. Should I build another one? Well, I have one when you can have 2, right? Okay, this is the downside of Japan submitting to them. They get lovely juicy bonuses, but eventually our consumer goods take over. It's kind of like MIFO bills. So what now is we're getting low supply, and it's because our supply depot is at capacity. So to improve that, you need to up it to 20. To do that, you have to up the 1 to the 2 all the way along. Shouldn't be too expensive to do that, so we'll just do that now. Build that, so it should go from 15 max capacity to 20. Well, when it's built anyway. One more railway, and it goes from 15 to... Sometimes if you press here, it'll help you. Another one, maybe I missed a railway. And it's gone from 15 to 20. Hey. I'm not going to go for the next one, though. Should be in a position now to push. So I'm going to go here. I'm pushing into mounds. It's not good terrain. American investment, so we gain economic surplus over time. And guns. Okay. So we're basically planning our rebellion, basically. Whoosh. That's a good break. Yeah, there we go. Oh, no. They're reinforced. Yeah, and they're reinforced, and they held us again. Okay, we were so close to breaking there. Infantry expert. Essential. All right, go again. Second wave. I'm control clicking here to support attack, meaning when the battle is won, they don't move forward. That looks at things. We're not going to be able to break this. No, okay. Maybe. Yes. 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 And... No, they just keep reinforcing. A reinforce rate's hurting us right now. No, we can't break. Okay. Luckily, the supply depot in the north's up as well, so lots of supply options. Another dockyard. Let's do it. We'll do infiltration tactics. There's also a guy that we can hire. It's going to be him, and there's also a guy. He's a military guy, but he's a politician. He's good. There you go. Night attack +5, plus planning speed, blah, blah, blah. That's good. Adds democracy. I think our position now allows us to make some gains. Yeah, I think we're in a good spot where we can push. Gonna go a balanced attack, and off we go. So frustrating to have to build so much supply infrastructure to push to then gain more supply infrastructure on the other side. So it's just kind of just feels a bit of a waste of production. Breaking this capital here is going to be a nightmare. No, I just can't break it. Just not enough attack power. Oh, then again. Getting closer to taking that northern capital, which has also a supply depot. Does it? Yep, it does. There we go. Front lines are all connected now, so I'm going to delete these front lines and then make a field marshal front line. All you do there is press Z for front line and then hold shift and left click, and that will make a field marshal front line. Get everyone into position. Yunnan has fallen. That's very bad for China, losing one of your warlords to the south. The Siamese Empire has declared war. Apparently we've entered our civil war. What? Is it automatic? I guess it is. Or is this... No, I think this is a different civil war. I think this is one of the factions in our country breaking away. Oh, that sucks. The timing on that one's awful. All ready for an attack. All ready to go to war. And then another civil war. There is a lot of civil wars. It's a little bit like Mexico, the way Siam works. There's lots of like overlapping Civil War mechanics. Right, we're going to go here. There's an opportunity for a very sneaky encirclement, so I'm going to take it. Pin you in, attack, and there you go, free encirclement. Push all the way to here, get that supply depot. Yeah, I think that was a different Civil War. So there's kind of 3 competing Civil War mechanics. That does get a little bit confusing. Okay, that's actually one downside to this focus tree. Prepare the drop. And then the final one is where you fire the Civil War. But I need 35% support for the Kanana Dans something. Oh, the Democracy faction. Okay. Okay, that's good. That's minor Civil War as passed. America trying to send us 101 different land leases again. Nope. Trying to break this port here. Want to cycle divisions over to it over and over again. So we've got some new options here. We have the stockpile of medical supplies. This is a continuous... Oh, no, it's 14 days. And it basically reduces casualties trickle back by 4% and a army HQ distance. Interesting. We also have exploit breakthroughs. Less loss of organization, but you take more damage to your division. Basically, it means your planning bonus holds longer. Hey, we take all our land back. Which means we can't take all of it back. Japan has some of the contribution. However, they don't get anything. Okay. At this point, we can get away with having 1 army, so just merge the whole lot up. Need another 26 divisions. 25 divisions. Now we have no manpower. First time we have to conscript. Yield to the air is kind of cool. It allows you to focus just primarily on ground forces. There's also a new sub-doctrine called disperse operations, which is, once again, neglecting air and just focus everything on ground, which on hindsight might have been more effective. Kind of want to double down on reinforce rates, supply reduction, and a night attack. Stat-wise, I think I went for the better option. Do fire control as well. This position is so much more vulnerable now. I've lost all the supply to the south. Lost that supply depot in the north. This is nowhere near as secure as it once was. All right, full army back. 25 divisions. Let's get those exercises done. Options here to go for additional attack for your artillery, free wear-away artillery, and plus options to reduce supply. So we'll go for the supply reduction. Your alternative route is you let Japan declare war on you, and then you get the beautiful option of going for a desperate defense. 5% recruitable is very, very good. Fortunately, you can only click that now if you are been declared on in a defensive war. Not like this war, which is I'm the offender. Night attack and supply reduction. Yep, that's good. I think we're going to have to go for extensive. Unfortunately, that results in a minus 5% construction. Okay, let's go for the assault rifles. We've got a good piggy bank of guns now, so assault rifles is going to give us that little soft attack edge. Mostly terrain. Let's get on the front. Curious about my contribution here. 8%. It's not very good. Boom. Oh, wow, green all across. Okay, we're going to aim for the modern economy, which has some very OP effects, but also has kind of one big downside, which you'll see soon. Oh, this is a big push. Get to spot that there is another civil war happening, and it is the civil war for this. So the 2 civil wars, just to clear this up, is one is the war fervor. This gives you war support, but the penalty is that you have a civil war. Basically, you're manufacturing unrest. And the second one is if the military wing or the civilian wing gets too upset with you based on the factions, that becomes an issue. Anyway, yeah, regardless, we have to pull back now. So all that time recovering, we're going to have to start over. Because otherwise, we're going to end up in a civil war and the front lines are going to get split again. So I don't know what land's going to be divided up here, so I have no idea. Yeah, and it's exactly as I thought. It's got divided up in a really, really naughty way. What can you do? What can you do? Make a front line here, and then send some guys down here as well. I don't know. I'm just winging this at the minute. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm getting a little bit of civil war fatigue, as you probably noticed, which is ironic because I've actually gone down the path to actually fire another civil war. Let's be a little bit tricky here and just make a massive counterattack and just see if they're, by looks of things, they could be isolated by supply, so they'll not be able to push. We've got some paratroopers as well. Interesting. Expand these divisions. Unfortunately, we'll lose 80% of the manpower and equipment, but it is what it is. I think on hindsight, the urge restraint path feels really good because you get to mobilize really quickly with ticking war support. But man, that civil war that just comes out of nowhere if you're above 100% war support, which you will be at some point. Yeah, unfortunately, I think a bit of civil war fatigue has kicked in. It is what it is. You got to make do with what you've got. Okay, the south's looking good. They've not got many divisions down there, so we can just eat all that land straight away. The HQ's fighting there. Oh, and that civil war's ended. All the victory points were in the south. Unfortunately, though, which really sucks, is the front lines now have lost all their divisions, so I need to rebuild the front lines again. Fortunately, the paratrooper division they've given me, I can't change it and delete it. Special forces now have their own sub-doctrine, so you can go for expanded or elite. The option there is a bit limited. It just means you can have big special forces or ones that have better stats. It's a bit of a no-brainer to me. I feel the better stats is the path you want to go down. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, really. I feel like you kind of want special forces because of what they do, and you want the most of them, don't you? Okay, remake the army. Again, it's a bit of a deja vu. I feel like I've been here before. Sorry, guys. I feel like this is meant to be an every single click video, but I feel like I'm clicking less, and I'm showing less clicks. I'll be honest, the two civil wars that fired back to back has actually thrown me off. I didn't expect that. It looks to me like it says, I read this tooltip here. It says, if you don't declare war, a civil war will happen to you. But I declared war on China, so this shouldn't have fired. So this is a bug. And then I suppose with this faction mechanic, you don't have any control of stopping the civil war, which apparently the devs have told me that they are going to correct that because that's also a bug. So unfortunately, there's two kind of game-breaking bugs in this focus tree that I'd not experienced before. And this is my like 4th or 5th run of Siam. So I've just gotten really unlucky. It is what it is. Special forces, we get to look at rangers. So we'll do that. With rangers, we get to add on rangers. 3 more divisions, extra infantry guns. With that, we start working on reconnaissance to get the extra recon. Feels like the 3rd time, or is it the 4th time? Reclaiming the same land? No, let's do the 4th time. 4th time's the charm, right? Ironically, we're capturing the supply depots that we built. They're ours, once again. It's kind of ironic, isn't it? Because I was saying this focus tree was really good, and then I've just experienced 2 bugs that I've not experienced before. I guarantee you I've done like 3 or 4 runs of this. And then this is the very first time I've experienced this. So sometimes you have to expect the unexpected, you know? All right, can I do the focus that I've been building up to the entire game? No! Your compliance has more than 65. Hang on, for some reason I've released Siamese Malay. I didn't get the event for that. So if I was to take this, I wouldn't get the full compliance again. Okay. There's not another civil war. No, I'm not having another one. You've got to be joking me. Oh, this is a joke now. This is a joke. This is an actual joke. 3 civil wars? Are you having a joke with me? Do you know what? I'm actually going to call it. I'm going to reply to your civil war with another civil war. Where is it? There you go. Unseat the government. I kind of want this civil war to fire, just to fire another one right after it, just for the memes of it. The fact that we've had 4 civil wars in one game. When you are facing chaos in the face, maybe you should embrace the chaos. Yeah? Yeah, let's do that. Well, the good news is we've had a massive push into China. Wuhan is the capital of China. Nothing good can come of this. China's still holding out, though. 75% towards capitulation. And the civil war is 34 days away. You know what? Go back home. Prepare for the civil war. So the way this mechanic works is you either favor the civilian faction or the military faction. And I've favored the civilian faction too much. So it's caused a rebellion by the military. But there's no other options for me to balance the factions. So if you mobilize or demobilize, it can make these factions happier or sad. But it looks like I have no control over any of this now. Yeah, it just feels like I'm at a point of no return. No matter what I do right now, it makes the military faction rebellious. So that's that. Okay, so we're about to finish this now. So we'll give it another few more days. Then we'll fire the other civil war to break free. We're about to see a multi-layered onion civil war. Okay, unseat the government. This will complete in 25 days. And the planning to oust the government will complete in 6 days. Okay, boom. We have another civil war. We have Siamese Empire versus Siam. I've got a feeling as well that this is going to be very similar to that other civil war. If I just push the south, that'll be enough. All right, everyone go. Republic of Vietnam. Yeah, release Vietnam. Yeah, why not? And every time we have this civil war, we get these paratroopers that respawn as well. Unlimited paratrooper exploit. Okay, recapture the south. Unseat the government. United Kingdom denies our request to join the Allies. Is just at the end of the focus tree then? Is that it? It's just a dead end? No way. They just say no and it's over. Okay, and we're back to kind of where we were. Even though we did the path to leave the Japanese faction, but we didn't. And now we're kind of back to where we were. Release Laos. The Laosese Empire. I'm scared to build up my army again because I feel like I'm going to have another rebellion. Oh, there's another civil war sticking. Okay, this is completely bugged. This is completely bugged. Oh, come on. Come on. The government of Burma. We're going full chaos mode today, right? So let's just... sometimes, once again, as I said, you've got to embrace the chaos. Another Burma. That's the second Burma. So all I want is these southern states. Oh, my contribution is so low. Oh, wait, maybe I can grab some? Grab all the southern states. That would be a beautiful borders. Apart from that one there. But yeah, whatever. So you embrace the chaos is the new meta. America still wants to land lease me. I am getting more small support for democracy. Would I be able to fire a conventional civil war with this mechanics? See, look, I can't stop the civil war. Oh, oh no. This game. Oh dear. I guarantee you, I did like 5 runs of this. This is my 6th run, and I never experienced this before. This was the first one. All right, okay. I have lost probably 500,000 worth of manpower from continuous civil wars. I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't usually upload a video like this, but sometimes, as I said to you, you have to embrace the chaos, and this was very chaotic. The problem right now is I don't have enough manpower and patience. Patience is the big one. To plow through the Raj. Because Raj is technically the next thing to chew on, isn't it? And mop up Malaya. And I will say honestly, though, the Siamese focus tree is very, very good. It has a combination of really good, tough choices to make. You do feel the need to expand to, I don't know, satisfy your resources as well as become a major power. And you do really have the feeling of snowball and becoming really strong and powerful. The civil wars are something that I think will probably get patched when you get a hold of the game. Actually, let's do it. Let's just see if we can train as many as we can. And we'll go. I can't even go service by requirement, really? Actually, what I could do is I could break the game here. I could just go through here, right? Yeah, for a laugh. We'll join the war. Breaking through Malaya. Straightforward. Service by requirement. Easy Singapore. And another civil war. Okay. All right. Okay. That's as much as I could take. I've had enough. I've had enough. I've had enough now. I want to get off. I want to get off this train. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much. And if you want more of this kind of content, which I definitely do not, I would recommend liking and subscribing. Yeah, I found a bug. I'm sorry, Paradox. Sorry. This video is sponsored by Paradox Interactive. Give the link in the description a click to check out this new DLC and all the features and get yourself a special price.